Tinsel the elf and Twinkle the kitten peered over the edge of Candy Canyon. "We've got to find the missing gumdrop crown," Twinkle meowed. "Before King Caramel wakes up," Tinsel adjusted her peppermint-striped hat. "Let's rappel." They slid down licorice ropes, dodging cotton candy clouds and marshmallow boulders. Suddenly, a licorice snake hissed. "No one passes without a riddle." "We don't have time," Tinsel cried, but Twinkle purred, whispering the answer in its ear. The snake smiled and slithered aside. Deeper into the canyon they raced until there it was. The gumdrop crown sat atop a chocolate stalagmite. Carefully they lifted it, just as the sun rose. "Quick!" Tinsel giggled. "Back to the castle!" And as they placed the crown on the king's head, he stirred and smiled, none the wiser to their sugary adventure. Far beyond the hills stood the spiral tower, twisting high into the clouds. No one dared climb it, except Starzl. "Inside is a wish," she whispered, clutching her lantern. As she stepped inside, the staircase shimmered and shifted under her feet. "Choose wisely," a voice echoed. Every turn brought a door, one to treasure, one to adventure, one to answers. Starzl hesitated, then followed the faint sound of music. Up and up she climbed until she reached a tiny window at the very top. There she found herself playing a song on a golden flute. "The wish was always inside you," the voice smiled. Starzl laughed, feeling light as air. As she played, the tower's walls unfolded into bridges of light, leading to dreams she never dared imagine. Deep under Clover Hill, 3 bunnies, Nibbles, Thumper and Tilly, peeked out of their burrow. "It's gone!" Tilly gasped. The moonstone, the glowing gem that lit their tunnels, had vanished. Without it, the warren would fall into darkness. "We must find it," said Nibbles, stuffing carrots into a satchel. Their journey began under starlight, hopping past sleepy owls and whispering winds. Suddenly, paw prints, big ones, led into the foggy woods. "Something took it," Thumper gulped. Bravely they pressed on, their ears twitching at every crackle. At the heart of the woods stood a towering badger holding the moonstone. "I borrowed it for my sick cub," he rumbled. The bunnies huddled. "Maybe we can share it," Tilly offered. And as the moonstone's glow lit both burrows that night, the 3 brave bunnies learned that sometimes courage meant kindness too. Mira was bored. "No one ever texts me first," she sighed, scrolling her phone. Suddenly, a new message blinked in. "Hello, human, this is Dragon." Mira laughed. Very funny. But the next message read, "I need your help." Curious, she replied, "Help with what?" A map appeared on her screen, leading to the old quarry. That's weird, Mira thought, but she grabbed her bike and rode off. At the quarry's centre stood a dragon, scales shimmering like phone screens. "You really came," he smiled. "I've been trapped in this Wi-Fi signal for years." Mira held up her phone. "You're inside my phone?" "Not for long," he winked. With a flash, he soared into the sky, leaving behind a tiny glowing icon. "Dragon contacts. 1. Mira grinned. "Best text ever." Shelley the snail longed for speed. Every day she watched Skitter, the jetpack squirrel, zoom across the park. "Oh, to fly," she sighed. "Why so glum, slowpoke?" Skitter grinned, zipping by. "I wish I could go fast," Shelley said. "Hop on," he said, "but I'm a snail." "Perfect." Skitter strapped her on and whoosh, they soared over trees and puddles. "Whee!" Shelley cheered. Suddenly jammed controls, spiralling down, Skitter panicked. Shelley stretched out, splat, and caught a lily pad, gliding them safely down. "Whoa," Skitter said. "You saved us." Shelley smiled. "Slow and steady's got moves too." Every morning, Lila tended her tiny garden on the castle wall. Roses, tulips, daisies, all bloomed under her care. But one misty dawn, a shadow loomed overhead. A dragon. "Please don't eat my flowers," Lila begged, but the dragon sighed. "I don't want flowers, I need help." He opened a claw, revealing a wilted golden seed. "I've tried planting it everywhere, but it won't grow." Lila smiled gently. Let's try together. They dug a small patch in her garden, watered it, and waited. Days passed. Then, sprout. A golden vine shot up, wrapping around the castle. It needed kindness, Lila said softly. The dragon beamed. And now I'll guard your garden, always. From then on, the dragon's wings shaded the flowers, and every visitor left with a golden bloom. High above the tallest mountains lived a shy little cloud named Puff. He watched big clouds make thunder and lightning. I could never do that, he sighed. One day the sun whispered, Puff, the garden below needs help. Can you try? Me? But I'm too small, Puff said. Please, the sun smiled. Puff floated down and gave a tiny squeeze. Out came the softest drizzle. Flowers perked up. Trees sighed in relief. More Puff, said the sun, and Puff gave just enough to bring the garden back to life. Back home, the big clouds cheered. Look who made rain today! And Puff finally felt big enough. In a dusty thrift shop, Milo found a strange blue coat hanging in the corner. Try it on, the shopkeeper winked. As soon as Milo slipped it over his shoulders, the coat purred and lifted him an inch off the ground. Whoa, it hovers. Milo grinned. Where would you like to go? The coat whispered. Milo thought hard. Somewhere no one's been before. With a flutter, the coat soared out the door, over streets, past clouds, higher and higher. They zipped through rainbow storms and cotton candy skies until they reached a floating island with doors hanging in midair. Choose a door, the coat said softly. Milo reached for a shimmering silver one, but suddenly, all the doors began to glow. Each leads to a different adventure, the coat whispered. But you can only pick one tonight. In the heart of Willow Jungle, fierce Rawclaw the tiger prowled, feared by all. But one day, something tiny landed on his nose. A bumblebee. Shoo! He growled, crossing his eyes to see it. But the bee didn't buzz away. I'm Buzzlin, as it said, wings shimmering. And you, sir, need my help. Rawclaw scoffed. I'm the king of this jungle. But Buzzlin buzzed closer. A storm's coming. A flood. And only I know the way to higher ground. Thunder rumbled in the distance. Rawclaw hesitated, then nodded. Lead me. And so the mighty tiger followed the tiniest guide, weaving through secret tunnels and hidden paths as the skies darkened. Behind them, water rushed. Ahead, hope glimmered. Why are you helping me? Rawclaw finally asked. Buzzlin smiled. Because even the strongest need a friend.